What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, well, let me show you the title of this one real quick. It's titled The Worst Zoo Deaths Ever. And, God, I'm just looking at some of these and, bro, a killer whale, an orca. What are we doing, bro? So, and I'm guessing all of these are, like, by stupid ass, you know, people that just walk into the exhibit or fall into the exhibit, like, dumbasses. So I'm assuming, is it by order, like the tiger's the worst one? I don't know. Well, I guess we're gonna find out. Anyway, let me stop yapping. Let's get straight into the video here.
Maddox Durkosh. On November 4th, 2012, a 2-year-old called Maddox Durkosh was standing on a viewing deck to see the African
12 years old? Oh, man.
painted dog enclosure at the Pittsburgh Zoo. The deck had a railing and many warning signs telling visitors not to lift children onto it, but Maddox's mother wanted him to see better, so she lifted him over the railing. In just seconds, he slipped and fell 14 feet down into the enclosure.
Damn.
There was a net below the platform, but it was only made to catch small things like sunglasses or phones.
Oh.
Maddox fell onto the net, bounced off, and then
I
dropped.
was about to say, he fell 14 feet and he was 12. Dude, he would, like, really hurt himself or even die, depending on where he landed, but...
straight into
Or how he landed.
The pack of 11 painted dogs
Oh my
ran
God.
at him right away. Witnesses said his mother screamed
Wait, so that's not a those aren't hyenas. Those are painted dogs? Okay.
and tried to jump in after him, but other visitors held her back. Everyone saw the attack happen in front of them. The dogs attacked while he was conscious, biting and tearing at his body. He suffered more than 46 wounds to his head and neck, and his inner organs were destroyed. He bled to death inside the enclosure before
Oh
zoo
my
staff
God.
could get close enough to reach him. A police officer fired his gun and killed one dog, hoping it would stop the attack, but the other dogs kept going. The tragedy quickly started a
Oh
big
my God.
argument. The zoo said the mother had ignored the warnings and acted carelessly, while the
Facts. The zoo was unsafe. No, bitch. You're stupid. Follow the rules, dumbass. The fuck is wrong with you? Get the fuck out of my face. You should have got eaten by those dogs, dumbass. I'm sorry.
that the railing left children in danger.
Yeah, it's unsafe. That's why they tell you not to do what you just did, dumbass.
Both sides took legal action against each other, but in the end, no charges were brought against the mom. The family later made a private settlement with the zoo, and soon after the attack, the viewing platform was removed. As for the painted
Fuck out of here. She literally didn't follow the signs. Oh no, that pisses me off. That pisses me off, dude. The fact that she even... Okay.
dogs, only the one killed during the rescue attempt died that day. The other dogs were later sent to different zoos. The painted dog exhibit was closed forever, and the space was later turned into a cheetah exhibit. Dawn Branchot.
That's
Dawn
insane, bro. Okay, wow.
Branchot was an experienced trainer with 15 years of work behind her and was especially known for her bond with the orcas. Her closest connection was with Tilikum, SeaWorld Orlando's largest whale, who weighed more than 12,000
Oh my dude. Why do they even have orcas in a zoo, man? How do you capture an animal like this, dude? Do you tranquilize it? Oh, hell no.
pounds. That day, she was performing in the Dine with Shamu show, where guests sat by the pool eating while watching trainers and whales interact. At the end of the show, Dawn lay on a shallow ledge right next
Oh my
to
God, it's
Tilikum,
gonna eat her
rubbing
head
his
off.
head as part of the routine. Then, out of nowhere, it grabbed her and pulled her into the water. The
Oh.
grip was fast and incredibly strong. The audience then saw the giant whale drag her under and
Oh my
thrash her around the
God.
pool, and SeaWorld staff rushed to help. They threw nets and food into the water to distract Tilikum.
Yeah,
and
what
tried
are you
guiding
gonna
it through
do?
different pools.
Like,
until
dude, at this point, bro, you have to have a Barrett 50 cal on standby. Just have a sniper looking over the orcas, and just in case something happens, you fucking blow their head off, dude. Because what can you do? You can do nothing.
was finally moved into a smaller medical pool where he could be contained. But for a whole 45 minutes, he would not let Dawn go. Trainers and guests could only watch helplessly as she drowned. When her body was finally
Did she
recovered, the
drown?
autopsy showed just how violent the attack had been. Drowning was the official cause of death, but her injuries were horrific. Her spinal cord was severed, her jaw
Okay, so she would be like paralyzed for the rest of her life if she somehow survived. Okay.
ribs and bones in her neck were broken. Her scalp had been completely torn off, her left arm ripped away, and her
Yeah.
left knee dislocated. The report
Whoa.
showed she had not only drowned, she had also suffered massive trauma from the sheer power of the orca's movements. Her death led to trainers
Like in the water, right? Not like the orca didn't throw her against the wall. It literally like would turn in the water and it like broke her neck. Okay.
being banned from swimming with the whales
Crazy.
during shows. Patricia Wyman.
Good, man,
Patricia
Jesus.
Wyman's death came only a few days after she started what she thought was her dream job. In April 1996,
that's
the
kinda sad.
24-year-old wildlife biologist had just been hired to care for the wolves at Halliburton Forest and Wildlife Reserve. The reserve was known for keeping its wolves as wild as possible,
Dude.
which is why visitors
You know what's
could only
crazy? I want to say this. People don't understand how big wolves are. Bro, look up a wolf next to a human. Absurd how tall they are. I remember on my old job, I had a dog that was a wolfhound. Dude, humongous dog. It would stand on its two like front legs and it would be taller than me. And I'm like 6'2", bro. Insane how tall wolves are, bro. And how big they
and
are.
staff were warned that people should never try to make contact with the animals. Only a few days later, Patricia entered
Facts.
the wolves' 15-acre enclosure alone. Normally, the wolves were shy and stayed away from humans, but that day, something was different. When she
Oh,
stepped
God.
inside, the wolves stood up and began moving toward her.
Oh,
Witnesses
God.
later reported that they circled her, slowly surrounding her inside
Oh my
their
God, that'd be
territory.
horrifying.
Patricia must have
I
realized
wonder if it's because she's new and they just like they were like, oh, she's new, so we can maybe get away with killing her. I don't know, dude. There's this fucking fly in here keeps bothering me. Sorry.
she was in danger, but before she could escape, she tripped over a fallen tree. That mistake sealed her
Oh,
fate
God.
because the alpha male rushed at her first, knocking her to the ground, and the rest of the pack followed. They bit into her
Oh,
arms
my
and legs,
gosh.
tearing through skin and muscle, and pulled her in different directions. She tried to fight back, but the
no.
pack was too strong. Each
Yeah.
wolf weighed as much as 176 pounds. Patricia
That's
lost
a
blood
big,
quickly.
that's a big thing, dude. 170 pounds pulling you, dude. Oh, oh.
Grew weaker as the wolves mauled her. She tried to protect her head and neck, but it wasn't enough. Within minutes, she died inside the enclosure only 4 days into her new job. When police arrived,
That's that. Why did she go in there though? Because the dude said maybe she could because I don't know. Okay,
the
whatever.
wolves were still guarding her, even though they hadn't yet eaten.
Shoot him.
When
I don't give a fuck, man.
officers tried to approach, the wolves circled them too, growling and moving closer, until gunshots were fired into the air to scare them
Wow.
away. Experts later said that the wolves' behavior had shifted suddenly and unpredictably, especially in the alpha male.
Yeah, that's
No one
weird.
knows why Patricia entered the enclosure that day when it wasn't feeding time, but once she was inside,
Oh, I see. Okay, I see. So you can only go in there when it's feeding time. Okay.
she had no way to escape. Rosa King. On what
Oh God, here we go, man.
seemed a normal morning, Rosa King,
A tiger,
a 33-year-old zookeeper at Hamerton Zoo Park, was cleaning the windows inside the tiger paddock before the zoo opened to visitors, which was just a routine part of her work. The enclosure housed Sisip, a fully grown male Malayan tiger. Safety rules required that a heavy vertical slide and 2 gates be closed to keep the tiger locked
Holy shit.
away
dude.
whenever a keeper went inside. But that morning, when Rosa stepped in, all 3 barriers had been left open. This meant Sisip had full access.
See, here's the thing, and I get it. I don't know how long she was working there for, but I don't care if I'm working there for a year or 10 years. The first thing I'm doing is looking if that's closed. That's what I'm doing, bro. Because, I'm not messing with like a 400 pound animal like this. This is absurd.
Tragedy struck. Sisip mauled her with extreme force. Its jaws clamped down on her neck with enough force to break through the bones of her spine, and her spinal cord was completely severed in the neck
When did that? You would just die instantly, right? No. Okay.
area. A devastating injury that left her instantly paralyzed and unable to fight back. The bite crushed soft tissue and broke bone, while the tiger's teeth sank
That didn't kill her instantly when it broke her neck like that. Oh, Jesus Christ.
deep into her throat. Her arms were ripped open with deep gouges, and her right leg was badly torn by both bites and swipes. Across her body, there were many cuts and scratches, signs of repeated mauling. These wounds would have caused her to lose a huge amount of blood within only
Yeah.
moments. A
Yeah.
visitor looking through the viewing area was the first to notice Rosa's body lying motionless on the ground.
That
and
would be horrifying, bro. Imagine you being that guy and you see that. I'm never going to a zoo again, bro.
the alarm. The investigation confirmed that there had been no mechanical failure with the gates or slides. Rosa had entered without realizing the barriers were open, leaving her exposed to the tiger.
And I bet, like, when she got hired, however long ago it was, they said, even though we usually close the gates, always check them because we might forget. I don't know. It's just something like that.
Zoo's safety
So
system
damn.
depended entirely on keepers following the procedure correctly every time. Alexis Martinez. On December 24th, 2009, trainer Alexis Martinez was working with Keto when the animal suddenly turned on him. At first, the session seemed normal, even though reports said Keto wasn't responding well to the signals it had been trained to follow. Then, as Alexis swam toward the shallow platform, Keto suddenly leaned toward him, pushed him under the water with his rostrum. the front of
Orcas
the
just
whale's
look evil, dude. Like, you just look at an orca in real life, they just look evil, bro. These are evil animals. Like, this is the most dominant. This is just the apex of all apex predators facts. This animal is horrifying, bro.
And rammed him hard in the chest.
They're
Trainers
smart,
standing at the
they're
side
strong,
tried
they're
everything to get
ruthless,
Keto
bro.
to stop.
They're
They
just-
slapped the water, gave hand signals, and even shook a food bucket, but the orca ignored all commands. It
See, do
came
they even get trained? Okay, this is what happens when an orca is literally gonna kill somebody. This is what you do. What? I would just be like, okay, buddy, here. Sure, I'll throw food at it, but we should literally, like I said before, we should have a Barrett 50 cal on standby to shoot this bitch. Because what the fuck? What are you gonna do? I'm gonna jump in after it. No, obviously not. Yeah, I'm gonna throw fish at it. What are we? I'm gonna slap the water around? What are you, dumb? Okay.
briefly for air, then went straight back to Alexis. Witnesses said it lifted Alexis out of the water on his rostrum and held him with his mouth shut. When Cato finally let him go, Alexis's body sank to the bottom of the pool, motionless. Rescuers tried to move Cato into another tank so they could reach Alexis, but the orca resisted. It played with the gates and refused to cooperate, delaying the rescue. Staff could only recover Alexis after they used a net to redirect the whale. The autopsy revealed how violent the attack had been. Alexis died from massive internal bleeding caused by the crushing force. His chest was broken with many compression fractures, and his organs were torn apart. Gian Rankarasamy, on the morning of September 10th.
So I don't think this is, it's just by recency. Honestly, I don't think this is ranked in any way. He's just kind of going off the dome or whatever.
2025, 58-year-old zookeeper
this is
Gian Rankarasamy.
This year? Holy shit.
2025, 58-year-old zookeeper Gian Rankarasamy.
How long does it take for this guy to make these videos? Probably not long, because it's just like stick figures and stuff.
A veteran who had worked with lions and tigers for almost 20 years, stepped out of his vehicle inside the lion enclosure during feeding time, while tourists remained inside. Allegedly, according to the safety rules, no one is ever allowed to leave the vehicle in predator areas, but that morning, Gian did. He left the vehicle door open and stood beside it while the lions were being fed. One lion crept up behind him and suddenly pounced, knocking him to the ground. Within seconds, the rest of the pride joined in. Tourists sitting inside their cars watched in horror as the lions mauled Gian, biting.
If you don't start the car and run over the cats, okay, you know what? I get it. You're scared, but at least drive away and get help. Like, what are we doing, dude? Maybe he took the keys though. But why would he do that? He wouldn't. I don't know.
Him while he lay helpless on the ground. Some honked their horns frantically to try to scare the animals away, but the lions ignored the noise. The attack lasted for nearly 15 minutes before help arrived. When they finally reached the scene and pulled Gian's body out, the injuries were catastrophic. His chest had been ripped open, his neck and one leg were broken, and his body was covered with deep bite and claw wounds. He was rushed to Intrarat Hospital, but doctors could only declare him dead. Police and wildlife authorities launched a full investigation to find out why Gian left the vehicle. Some believe it may have been a mistake or distraction, while his family insists he never broke safety rules without a reason. His wife said he always followed the guidelines and cared for the animals like family. His brother explained that Gian was only a few months away from retirement. Nordin bin Montong, on the afternoon of
I wonder what he saw. I don't know.
November 13th, 2008, 32-year-old Nordin bin Montong, a Malaysian cleaner at Singapore Zoo, climbed over the barrier and jumped into the white tiger enclosure.
What are we doing?
People watching said he was carrying a broom and a yellow bucket, shouting as he walked. At first, visitors thought it was part of a show and saw 3 white tigers coming.
He just wants to die, right? Yeah.
One moved closer, then suddenly hit him, knocking him to his knees. Nordin tried to protect himself, even lifting the
what are you doing? Are you... I'm sorry, bro. When dumbass people do this, you just kind of deserve to die. Like, what are we doing?
A second tiger joined in, and both began biting at him. Onlookers screamed for him to get back into the nearby water, but his sudden movements only made the tigers attack harder. One tiger bit into his neck and pushed him to the ground. Another grabbed his body and dragged him further inside the paddock. People threw things and shouted, but the attack went on for nearly 2 minutes. The tigers bit him again and again on the head, chest, and body. Doctors counted more than 90 wounds. His ribs and skull were broken, and the bites to his neck were so bad.
His skull was broken? What do they even do? Do they just step on his head? I don't even know.
That he had no chance of surviving. Keepers ran to the scene and used long poles, banging them on the ground to scare the tigers away. After several tries, they managed to distract the animals long enough to pull Nordin's body out.
No, that actually kind of worked. Why do you give them a smiley face, dude? That's crazy. Okay. At least have a tranquilizer gun. Okay, look. I'm sorry. Okay. Don't try to kill the animal, but it comes to a point, bro, where it's like, where's the tranquilizer at? We can't find it? Okay, we need to do something. At that point, shoot the fucking animal. I'm sorry. I know it's not its fault. You have to do something. It's like the Harambe situation. It's like, I don't know the details, and I know they just shot him. But this is, okay, here's the thing. People were actually mad that Harambe fucking died and got shot. I'm like, look, man. If that was my kid, I would want them to fucking shoot it. I don't give a fuck. If that was your kid, you would want them to shoot it dead too. That's the fact of the matter, okay? It's like, oh, Harambe wasn't actually doing anything. He was just throwing the kid around. Yeah, okay, dude. And I know there's probably been like full investigations about the Harambe situation, and maybe they couldn't find the tranquilizer gun, or I don't know, but they saved that kid's life, so it's not, like, man, fuck the tranquilizer. If you can't find it, I'm gonna just shoot him. So
Tried first aid while waiting for paramedics, but it was too late.
So sad deal,
but shortly afterward. Investigators later said that Norden had entered the enclosure on purpose, and his death was treated as a suicide. If you want to discuss this video or suggest an idea for the next one, join my Discord.
Every major U.S. war crime. Yo, this guy makes great videos, man. Like, I can't wait to watch more of his videos, dude. Oh, there's part 2 came out 4 hours ago. Holy ish. Hey, man, shout out to this guy. He makes great videos, man. So, how to survive every apex predator. Oh, that would also be a good video. Let me save that. The zoo was unsafe. Like, she didn't ignore the warning signs and lifted him up. Absolutely, dude. That's what I'm saying. Anything but accountability. Literally a definition of a fucking retard. I'm sorry. Definition of it! It pisses me off that people don't listen to warning signs, and they don't have the accountability to blame others. Yeah, exactly. It's fucking ridiculous. Number 1 murder was a murder by the mother. Dude, facts. Literally murder her child, bro. But yeah, man, that's the kid's name, right? Yeah, Rip the kid, man. Literally got murdered by his mother. Fucking insane, dude. She has the audacity to say, it's too dangerous. I'll slap you. I'll find you and I'll hurt. Okay, I'm sorry. All these animals aren't evil. It's just natural instincts and curiosity. Well, curiosity, biting someone so hard their neck breaks. I don't know if it's curiosity. That's their instincts. They just want to kill things. They want to kill us because we're food to them. That's what it is. So yeah, it's sad that one of them died, right? And like I was saying, sad Harambe died too, right? But at the end of the day, gotta do what you gotta do, So anyway, that was a good video, man. Shout out to what was his YouTube channel name? The Paint Explainer. I love that. I love that's his name. Okay, anyway. But anyway, y'all, like I said, I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and if you liked it, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff you want to do. And you have a good day. I love y'all, and peace.
Two shorties getting live in the hatchback. Ass up, world star with the clapback. Young man with a plan, it's the campaign. Mommy wants some rosé, no champagne.